Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hey, Look What I Cooked. We're making pulled pork today. It's going to be good. We're waking up real early tomorrow. Put them on the smoker. It's going to be early. So here we have our two pork butts. They're about 7-8 pounds a piece. What we're going to do is we're going to cut that fat cap off. First we're going to lay a towel down and then our cutting board on top of that so it doesn't move as much. Now, we don't want to be digging too much into the meat, but inevitably we're going to be cutting some of that off. But you just want to try to avoid that as much as possible. What I like to do is take my knife, start at one of the corners, and just start peeling back. And every time I hit meat, I readjust the knife. Now, for the time sensitiveness of this video, because this takes me a long time, because my hands start hurting, we're going to do a little speed up here, go through some time warp. So next we're going to make some dry rub. First thing, black pepper, half cup of it, freshly ground. Next we're going to equal that with some salts, kosher salt. We're going to bring in our favorite thyme. I got a big old bucket of it. Next we're going to bring in our onion powder. Now if you can see here, the only two things I measured was the salt and the pepper. The rest of it is to taste. I just sprinkle it in there and we see how good it is. Next is a chili powder. I really like this stuff. I put a lot in there. Next we'll bring its nice cousin, the black chipotle powder. And again, we're not going to measure this. This shouldn't be barbecue's not this rigid. It's just to taste. We're going to bring in the garlic powder next. Again, just sprinkle some in there. Then yellow mustard, ground yellow mustard. Now I'm not using this measuring spoon to measure anything. I'm just trying to not dump the whole thing in there by accident, because I could very easily just do that. And then we would have some very mustardy pork. Next, we're going to bring in some brown sugar. We're going to bring some sweetness into this. Now I like to add a lot of brown sugar to mine. I like using the dark brown sugar because it was in the pantry. Makes it easy, you don't have to run to the store. Then we're going to bring in some paprika, bring in some smoky flavor. This is not really going to give you too much, but it's going to give you some color and it's going to give you some depth. Next comes into the ground cinnamon. Now you don't need a lot of this, it goes a long way. Just a pinch or two. You don't want your food tasting like cinnamon toast. Now what you're going to want to do here, because all the clumps of the brown sugars, you want to go grab a fork. Because you don't want just big clumps of brown sugar just chilling out on your meat there. Break it all up. Mix it up a little bit, pound out some of those lumps there. We're not trying to be exact scientists here, but we're trying to just get that all nice and incorporated with one another. Because the idea is you're going to put it in a shaker bottle, you're going to shake it up, and you're going to be good to go. All right, now that we got our pork trimmed, we got our rub made, we're going to start applying this. The first thing we need is our binder. We're going to call in our good friend, the chili oil. Again, this is not designed to burn any mouths. We're just trying to get some depth of flavor here and get something to bind the rub to the meat. So treat your meat nicely. They're going to be in a hot smoke for 12 to 14 hours, so rub them nice like. Be gentle with them. So we want to get every nook and cranny on here because we want to get rub everywhere. So even on the sides, inside some of the knife slips that we accidentally had when we were cutting the fat off. Get both sides, rub them on down. Again, this is designed to just get the rub onto the meat and give us a little depth of flavor. We're adding layers of flavor here. We're just not a one-trick pony. So as we get the oil on here, we're just checking there to see if there is any gristle or easily pulled off fat. So we're going to start coating this. Be generous with the rub. You want to make sure you worked hard getting that rub together. Let's make sure that we get it everywhere. And we just don't want to sprinkle it on. We want to be rubbing it on. So again, in the interest of time and the fact that you don't want to be watching a 35-minute video of me rubbing meat, we're going to go ahead and go into another time warp here. We'll see you on the other side. We're out at the smoker now. It's about 6:30 and we're going to get these pork butts on. They're going to go for a real long time. Hopefully we're going to go for 8 hours without wrapping them, and if they're close to temperature, we're just not even going to foil them today. So here's our smoker. We got a Masterbuilt electric smoker. We got our water pan filled with half apple juice, half water, and our drip pan all lined with foil so it's easy cleanup. We dropped our little probe into the smoker, and we're going to start getting these on. So the first one here, I'll put this on the bottom. So there's our two pork butts. They're going to go for a real long time, and we're going to get some apple and pecan wood chips on them today, and we're just going to let them go for quite a long time. They're going to be great pulled pork sandwiches. Back at the smoker here. I just want to show you what the pork looks like 2 hours later. We added more wood chips about an hour ago. We're going to add some more now, but they're starting to get some real nice color. The pork's only at 99 degrees, but like I said, this is going to be going on for a good 8-9 hours, hopefully. And if we're close to 205 or if we're close to 195, we're just not even going to wrap these things. We'll make that decision later. So like I said, we're going to add some more pecan and cherry wood here, and we're just going to let these suckers go. We'll come back when we add some more chips. We're back here at the smoker, and you can see that our temperature is 118 degrees inside the pork. We're gonna add some more wood chips. I just wanted to show you this really cool door that this Masterbuilt has. You basically just pull that tube out, add some more wood chips, and as you can see, I made a ton of mess here, but it's okay. It could be worse. And you just put that in here. Twist, and you got wood chips in there, and you don't even have to open up the grill. So we're here, we're about halfway through. It's all but 1:30, and these things are looking good. I'm not going to wrap them. We'll see how this happens. I'm going to keep adding water to the water pan. Never done one without wrapping, but we'll see how well it goes. Talk to you later. I have hit the stall. So, like I said, we're not going to wrap it, but let's pull these out just a little bit just to see. Look at that coloring. Look at that, that's beautiful. So what I might do here is I might lower the drip pan there down one slot and flip these, because the bottom one's been on the bottom for a while. So I'm thinking about flipping them here, but that's not going to really do anything major, just rearranging the pit here. But now, no more smoke. We've hit the stall. You don't want it to taste too smoky. We're just cooking these suckers now. So we'll be back with you, and we'll rearrange this grill. So we rearranged the grill here. The bottom butt is now the one that was on top for the first few hours, a lot of hours, and the top one is now going to ride its own with the temperature. So we put some more water in the drip pan and the one down there too. Keep it moist in there, and we're going to have some good barbecue. So we're starting to come out of the stall here. We're up to 160. This is going to take a while. Again, don't freak out. Everything's just fine. This is what it's supposed to do. They're looking good. There's going to be some juicy pork, so stay tuned. We're still here at 160. Don't freak out. It's gonna be okay. It's about 3:30 where I am now. We're just moving through the stall. It'll be fine. Slowly but surely. It's coming around. Sitting here at 165. Wait her out. She's getting there. It's coming along. We're almost through the stall. It's going to be okay. These have been on for about 11 hours. A little bit less because we started at 6:30 and it's 7. So, this pork is going to be super tender. I'm not going to lie, I tried a piece of the bark. It's pretty damn good. So, we're just going to let it keep going. Trust the process. Trust it. It's still coming along. It's going to be alright. It's getting there. We are done. Look at those babies. That was 14 hours on the smoker. This stuff is going to fall apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these inside. And woo-wee, we're going to do some pulled pork. Alright, this is how the pork turned out. We got a really nice bark on it, and now we're just going to pull it. So we're going to take one, put it aside. We're going to get out these really cool meat claws that I got. My wife kind of yelled at me for buying them, but who cares? We're barbecuing. We're just going to start pulling these apart. So this is going to take a little bit here, but these meat claws make it a lot easier than doing it by your hand. So for the interest of time again, you're going to see me do this real fast, and I'll see you on the other side. So as you watch me tear apart this meat, I just wanted to thank you again for watching another episode of Hey, Look What I Cooked. We'll be doing some chicken here soon, so look out for that video. Hit subscribe if you'd like. If not, just watch the video and see how I cook food. So thank you again for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next video.